So today we're talking dental health. Dental health in dogs specifically, obviously. The veterinary community has advanced, actually past human medicine, in which it's considered preventative. And I really like that. Human medicine, unfortunately, does not consider dentistry as preventative medicine. We know the bacteria in the mouth, the tartar buildup, the periodontal disease can affect heart and kidneys, especially in the long term. So I was going to go over a little bit of the toothbrushing protocols for those of you that are dedicated and or interested enough to learn about it. My subject is a trained dog. He has been handled. We do his teeth on a regular basis. He has virtually no tartar, and I've got two subjects here who are learning the toothbrushing process. They do have some tartar buildup, so you'll get to see how I do the trained dog and then kind of how I handle these two new guys who are new to the process. One of the big things I do believe in is modeling. So if you do have dogs that are unfamiliar with a process, show them how to be right. Show them that other dogs can enjoy it, that it's a routine, it can be predictable, and ask them to learn kind of your routine about how this is done. My subjects are being rather unruly right now. So one of the big things, if you don't have a trained dog around, which I realize a lot of people can't pull a trained dog out of the woodwork, is just handling. So if you have a routine of handling with your dog, and they know that every time you look in their mouth, you're going to do the exact same thing every time, it becomes predictable. They like ritual, they like routine, and the more you can make that into something that they can predict, all the better. So when I do his teeth, child's toothbrush, don't get spendy. You don't need to spend big bucks on a dog-specific toothbrush. Just get your little child's toothbrush, put Elmo on it, put Sesame Street, whatever character's on it. But toothpaste, preferably a flavor that they like, because that's actually what's really helping my two new subjects with the process, is the fact that this tastes good. So they know that it's good stuff, right? So every time we do teeth, we have a pattern. We start up front, and because I'm right-handed, we're going to go down the left side first, hit up the canines, the carnasals, the molars, the premolars, and then go down and hit the lower jaw. Same thing on the other side. It is a predictable routine. We do this the exact same way every time. And because he's good, I'm going to go along the insides. He's used to this. And we're going to come to his least favorite part, so we butter him up a little more. Because again, this is a trained dog. I can do this. We're going to do the insides along his tongue. Because this is where some tartar tends to build up on these little wee guys. There. And that's it. That's all you have to do. That's a good boy. So this is a trained dog. Remember, I can handle any part of his mouth. I can open, I can put my fingers in there, and he puts up with it. Because this is predictable, it is routine. So let's grab one of our subjects and go through the process with her. Rich, let's go. Okay. So one of the big things, I picked her first, because one of the big things you want to do in your handling is look for any dental pathologies that could be causing pain. First of all, if you have a dog with a lot of tartar buildup and toothbrushing is getting you a lot of blood, or the dog doesn't really want its mouth handled, look for a medical cause. don't just start slamming on the dog because it's not tolerant. So first of all, this dog, she looks fine on this side, but if you look on this side, I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, she has a small malocclusion. So her canine, her lower canine is actually hitting, it's base narrow, so it's kind of hitting the soft palate. So that's something I need to be cognizant of whenever I brush her teeth, because that may be a bit of a pain point. And that's actually what she told me when we started this process. So that was actually something that helped me get a routine down for her. So what I do for her, because she's still new to this process, and we do have a malocclusion right there that I have to be cognizant of, it's going to be the same, a similar pattern, not the exact same one, but predictability and routine. So we're going to just take a quick peek, just like we always do. Good girl. Nice. So let's get our toothbrush ready. Butter her up with a little toothpaste here. So for her, because she's still learning and new, I'm going to face her away, get a little more control over my toothbrush, and just kind of gently rub. And we're going to go down and back. And here we come to that pain point, which, because I know about it, and because she's getting familiar with the process, good girl, she's a lot more tolerant now. And see, it's obviously pretty tasty to her. One of the big things, and you'll see with my next subject, one of the big things people like to do is if the dog's cooperating, they want to keep going. They want to keep brushing and doing the thing, and let's just get this done. When you are teaching a dog, when you're trying to make a routine out of it and be predictable, and praise them and make it a good experience, you have to stop when you're ahead. So, as tempting as it is to brush this whole dog's mouth because you saw how well she was doing with that, I'm going to stop and tell her what a good girl she is and let her have some of that toothpaste. Because that is what makes it a good experience. And see, we want more of it. So we're going to go back to doing it and let her learn, hey, this isn't so bad after all. We're going to get in behind the lips. Easy, sister. We're going to fall off. Whose fault is that going to be? Get in there. And this isn't going to be perfect like our trained dog, but it's going to set kind of the standard for how this is done in the future. Because we are going to have to, there we go. Good girl. Excellent. That's a girl. And this dog came with some pretty good tartar on its teeth. Not enough to necessarily be, concerning, but enough so that literally twice a day brushing, again, make a predictable routine out of it, make it fun, make it a regular thing. That tartar's actually fallen off, so her teeth, again, camera's not going to pick it up. No. Oh, good girl. Her teeth are actually pretty darn white now, so we have to work on these guys. Good girl. That's it. Ah. So that's all we're going to do with her. That was a really nice experience. We did the upper arcade, some of the lower, and we got a reward out of it. Okay, let's go. And subject number 2. Up. Good boy. That's it. Now subject number 2 has a little bit different temperament. The female was very kind of accepting of the process. He is still learning. And he's a little bit resistant in some ways, so we're going to take a different path with him. So when I do his handling, we're just going to be really kind of calm about it. There you go, good boy. Because when we did this in the past, he did not appreciate it. So we just kind of we do what we have to do. Good boy. And call it good. Nice job. So we're going to keep his short and sweet. So every time he's doing really good, I'm going to stop and we're going to let him have a little bit. But we're going to do that same idea. Yeah, you really, really want this toothpaste, don't you? So he's familiar with the pattern of handling, but again, the sensation's going to be different. This dog does not have any pain points in his mouth. He has a wonky incisor, and you can see he's got some gingivitis from the tartar that we got off over the past week. Good boy! Good job! We're going to go back to it. Can I do this? Excellent! Good boy! And that's actually the first time I've been able to do those carnasals and premolars. So a little bit at a time. It doesn't have to be perfect. You're not going to get all 4 quadrants at first. And that's okay, because if you're starting from scratch with a dog that has decent teeth, you've got time, and you're going to keep tartar from building up. That's a boy. So we'll just do a little more. Establish that it wasn't quite such a bad thing. Excellent job. Okay, good boy. Hey, Lulu. And that is how you're going to be doing teeth and teaching them how to tolerate the toothbrushing process. Predictability, routine, and a helpful model if you have one. Bridge up. Come on, up. There's a good boy. And you can see, if you do this on a regular basis, those teeth are going to be nice and clean. That's going to really, really delay the need for a professional dental cleaning at the vet. Good luck with your dogs.